Hi, my name is John Hawkins with Miller Industries. Today we're going to talk about fork holders and the evolutionary changes that we've done from 1986 to 2021. You know, when we started this game back with the SDUs and the T1s that were from the Challenger line and the Holmes product, we had the fork holder fitting over the crossbars, sometimes 5x5, 6x6. And those fork holders were as high as the crossbar. Matter of fact, just a little bit taller than 5 or 6 inches. That really made it difficult for that fork to get up underneath that axle. Somewhere in about 1990s, 89, a friend of mine, client down in the Los Angeles market, took his SDU 6x6 fork holder and cut about half of it off, making, from what I saw, the first low-profile fork holder itself. From there, in 1990, with the introduction of the 5030, we went on with the welded version of the low-profile fork holder. The issue with that was we were dealing with 12 to 13 individual pieces of steel and had a lot of heat draw. So about 5 years after that, we went to the current fork holder we know today. And we've been using this cast fork holder for almost 2 full decades. Low-profile concept, being able to use it one of 4 different ways. The T-handle that was on here, this really only holds the fork holder in the crossbar. Doesn't keep anything from sliding when it's under load. That locks up on itself. And the 2 hooks in the back for the tie-down features on the change. But today, this is out the window. And we're gonna show you the new version. Just like all the fork holders in the past, the new Evolution fork holder gives you all the same features and benefits. No matter what position you go to, if it's the offset to get your greatest distance, and being in the low profile configuration, to flipping it over and also going to the high in order to get some more, save yourself maybe a trip to the back to get another frame fork to go in there. You can just take your fork holder, get 2.5 more inches. And Mike, why don't you explain, you know, in the past where you may use it to reduce the overhang?
Well, I've flipped them over before, John, to where the receiver is actually facing towards the tailboard of the wrecker, and you gain about 1 foot. So you're losing 1 foot of overhang. You're probably putting about 1,500 pounds less on the wrecker, so you're getting it close to the truck, and these are awesome for that. So I think that's a great idea with these things.
And that's something that you would use with those heavy fixed-frame vehicles weighing 16, 18, 24,000 pounds in order to reduce that overhang like Mike was talking about.
It worked great on like a vac truck or something, obviously, going down the road towing one of those heavy things by that reel. You put it forward, you always want to get as much weight off this wrecker as you can.
The full Miller lineup of all of our frame forks fit in either one of the 2 holes for each one of the applications. And also, all of our towing attachments. Mike's showing you right here the hook adapter, which has been redesigned to fit in here. Nice part about the way this hook adapter has been redesigned is it gives you a nice flat face right there when matching up to the bumper using your piece of aluminum or wood. So that's a nice feature up on that. The other thing we want to mention is the tie down. And we're going to do a whole separate video up on that. But one of the unique things that we did above anyone else is the fact that in tying this down, we created 2 separate holes in order to allow our chain to come right over the axle, so that when you're chaining the axle down, it's actually going to not flex or stretch as the tow truck goes up a hill or down. And believe it or not, these set of receivers have been in the field for over a year being tested. But the one thing that we did was the finite element and actually looking at the stress that goes on. Because we're reaching some 5 inches wide or some 44 inches from center line of hole to center line of the hole. Tremendous amount of stress being here, so we concentrated that nothing is hanging off the crossbar, keeping this area very cool. I see some of these offset fork holders way out here. Gentlemen, ladies, I'm telling you, you're getting yourself into trouble. It's very important that this whole leading edge right here stays on that crossbar to hold that support for the weight that these holders are actually going to see. So as we close out this short little video on the Miller new dual Evolution fork holder, a couple things I want to talk about. We've got a video coming up with Mike showing the unique tie down that goes with this system. That'll be totally separate in itself with a total different part number. Really neat, quick, effective, and efficient. The other thing is the timeline on cut-in. The time you're seeing this video, these are just coming into our marketplace and being supplied by the new casting company. And we're looking not only for this to become standard on all of our 5x5 fork holders, but also as a parts order for you all in the field that want to go to this opportunity to have this feature and benefit. Reach out to your local Miller distributor, and remember,
thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our news feed to stay up to date with all the latest news and information from Miller Industries.
Miller Industries, the world leader in towing and recovery equipment.
This video is for product demonstration purposes only and is not intended for training or instructional purposes. Situations vary, and operators should rely on their own professional knowledge and safety procedures when conducting actual recoveries.